whether or not it will take over state hospitals?
Well, as I've made clear, we are determined to look very closely at the recommendations from the Health Reform Commission. That report has been provided to me today. It's several hundred pages long. It has more than 100 recommendations, and I think that the public would expect the government, given how serious this decision is, to consider it carefully, to deliberate on it, and then to release that report for the public, and also to engage the public in a discussion with the future of our health system. Not to mention, of course, engaging the states and territories. There is no easy answer in how we deal with growing health demand in the system, and I believe that we need to make this decision carefully. We need to consider the report. It's only just landed on our desk today, and we very much look forward to the discussion that will continue over the coming months.
Is it a public document? Are we able to find it on the website and read through it?
The Health Reform Commission's report? No, it's not public yet. It's just been provided to the government today. It will be publicly released.
Before Christmas?
It certainly will be publicly released very shortly, but I think the public would expect us to consider it closely first, to deliberate internally on the recommendations, and to make sure that we then engage the public in the discussion. We are very comfortable that these documents need to be public documents. We actually believe that the health system is something we can be proud of in Australia, but everyone knows it's under pressure, and we need the public to be involved with government in the way we invest in our system for the future. So the reports will be released shortly.
Why not make it?
The report card that you've released today, though, is a pretty sad indictment on the public hospital system, isn't it?
I think what the report card released today shows is that there are a lot of pressures on our public hospitals. It obviously shows that no one is afraid to release this information, that people are striving for better performance. But you can see the growth numbers in terms of demand, and we see that in emergency departments, we see it in elective surgery, we see it increasingly in GP services across the country. And the point I make simply is this: if you disinvest, if you pull money out of the system like the previous Howard government did, it has an impact. And some of that impact is not positive. Now, in the past, the previous government said, that's the state's problem, we're going to leave it all to them. We actually think this is very important. We think both levels of government have a responsibility to work together to deliver better outcomes. That's what we've been busily doing in our 18 months in government. But these reports will give us an opportunity to look at decisions and planning that needs to be undertaken for decades to come, not just for years to come. And that's why we're determined to get it right.
Minister, the government, when it came to power, said that the decision on taking over the hospital would be made by the middle of this year. With the report only just being handed to you and then consultation and so forth,
you're going to use to make the decision whether the Commonwealth Government does take over the...
Well, we've made perfectly clear that we will look at the cooperation of the states and territories in signing on to reform initiatives of the government. COAG was a great success in that regard, delivering some major changes to prevention and workforce strategies as well as investment in hospitals. We've said we'll look closely at the Health Reform Commission's report. We intend to do that before I make further comments on this.
Okay,
Thanks very much.